So it's all what every fab player wants, and then sending in through a blue herald. It looks like.
All right, we've got the stream up now, and this match is underway.
Hello, lovely streamers. How are we today? And thank you all for joining us today to watch the Australian Nationals.
Okay, so Erudition already coming through for the full 5. Those 2 extra cards going straight in. Okay, chat, what are your predictions for this matchup? We've got 2 heroes starting off a little bit weaker, 36 versus 32, but already a lot of damage coming through, 4 off each player. And German building that board state up.
This is where Prism offers that late game setup where once it starts snowballing, I find it will be Acilio will find it very hard to get around. But Acilio does have a lot of clearing power, like I said, with Gone in the Flash, saying that multiple times a turn, then sending a decent chunk of Arcane at the end of that. So hopefully Acilio can find its ways around these angels that just provide endless value for the rest of the game as long as they stay around. Again, this could be a quick game, this could be a long game. Prism's one of those decks that, yes, she starts at 32 life, but can just prolong a game until someone has died on the field, because the value, everything that she can bring to the table is just always great.
Yeah, I played this matchup a couple of times with Evan and some of the locals, and it felt like it was quite favoured towards Prism, but Evan knows what he's doing here, and I think he's probably come into this with a very clear strategy, and he'll know exactly how he wants to win.
Absolutely. And I think after this, I know Evan definitely wants to celebrate this with a mango lassi, as he says, one of his favourable drinks, but he is providing a lot of knowledge in the game. Like, versing him is very educational. He's a very smart person when it comes to games, and he just knows what is needed when it's needed very well.
Absolutely, and I think Evan's looking forward to seeing Icelander come back, but in the meantime he's quite happy to be on an alternate wizard here with Acilio showing a lot of power in this current meta.
Absolutely, and again, like I said, Acilio is one of those decks that just can churn out damage very well. A lot of the flicker. Oh my god, I've forgotten the card. The best card, Gone in the Flash.
Gone in a flash.
Gone in the Flash. That's how quick it left my mind there. It's just that good of a card in this Helio, and it just provides sigil brilliance. Just drawing, and just doing a lot. Where Prism might struggle with that a little bit, but Prism can start gaining a lot of life and protecting herself very well. 2 soul in charge at the moment, and representing a Figment at this time as well.
Yeah, God in the Flesh, such an interesting card. Probably the highest single attack damage card that the game has. If you compare it to something like Endless Arrows, you can't get around Gone in the Flesh so well. No. It just keeps coming back, where Endless Arrows, you can block that out. But yeah, Gone in the Flash can easily do 16-20 damage in one turn and come back for the next one.
Like Aurora showed that very well in the last few metas. Gone in the Flash, Arc Lightning, those 2 cards work perfectly together. Same with Sigil Brilliance and Gone in the Flash. Those 2 cards go better together than bacon and eggs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Evan taking some damage here, and German's flipping an Angel. It's always where you want to be in Prism. Always want to have an Angel on board and representing a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's just relentless so far. Those life totals changing so rapidly, but it's only one-way change at the moment, and Evan committing his hand pretty much every turn to defense.
He's looking for that one hand, just to sort of roll the tides here. The pitch stack for Prism is very tall at the moment, so if we go into game two, a German is going to know what he needs and what he'll have, and be able to play that. But I don't think this game is going to go to second cycle anytime soon.
Okay, and it keeps coming.
The Figment Marvels are one of the most beautiful cards in this game, and it's every time I see it, I'm just bedazzled.
Yeah, they really are spectacular. They're just so bright when they come out of the packet. You open them up, and there really is that sense of light coming out of the packet. It feels angelic.
Alice's have done a very good job at designing their cards. A lot of their marvels are spectacular, and like we saw in the last game, Brad having a lot of Marvel Fang cards. Just the shine, the representation of the game is fantastic.
Yeah, and I think the colours in Dust Till Dawn and the Angels especially suit the Marvel format. I found some of the Rosetta Marvels, they're a bit muted,
Yeah.
but those oranges, reds, they really pop off.
They stand out very well, and like I said, Prism Marvels are standing out perfectly. Like you said, it is like a shine of light. But Evan representing, is that a Blast to Oblivion with Go Again from a embodiment? Oh, he's charging with Halo of Illumination.
Alright, just had some feedback that the audio is not so good on the stream, so we'll try and tweak that a little bit. Yeah, it could be better. Alright, so we see here Evan's building up a little bit of board presence. And sitting through 4.
Acelia representing 4, hopefully just to push some damage through, try and get a card out of Prism's hand, and hopefully be able to find something for the next turn. I believe that what in Evan's arsenal is a Gone Flash, so he's just hoping for that one turn, that one hand, just to push through a lot of damage and make Prism a little less threatening. Back to German now. And what is he going to start off with? Pitching for... I have two guesses. It's an Angel or a Herald.
Yep, it's Herald.
It's a red one as well. It's going in for 7. Activating Acelia's ability to dig for a hand that hopefully is worth keeping.
Alright team, we're just trying to work on the settings to make the audio a little bit more manageable. Just hearing your feedback on that.
Evan flashing in a Sigil of Brilliance here just to hopefully find some more answers. Blocking with armors, again, to find more answers. And hopefully have a turn that is going to set him up for victory. Like I said, Acilio only needs one turn just to sort of go through that. And to push through that damage there. And like I said, Evan is looking to be taking the damage, as much damage as he can, and hopefully have a turn where he cracks back double that.
Yeah, and the good thing about a deck like Acilio is it's able to really weather the storm. It's got such a high level of threat density, and it can really find a run of very few cards, unlike some of the other combo decks that are around.
Yeah, Acilio is again one of those decks that just has that burst damage. Very able just to push out 20 to 30 damage out of nowhere, but also has the drawback of having to find those cards to be able to do that. A lot of deck testing, and if you don't find certain cards, you can sort of predict your future where this is going. But with such a large life lead, it is going to be very difficult for Evan to come back here.
Yeah, it's a really tough deck to play against, but Evan and German are both very experienced players. German, of course, are from up in Sydney, but quite often comes down to play with us in Melbourne. I think we've hosted German a few times, and he's very popular. We treat him like one of the locals.
He is very nice, and I have versed him a few times. He introduced me to Enigma when I first started playing Fab, and yeah, I'm very glad she has LL now. On Dash.io when I first started, and very weird matchup in that case, but he has also provided just the knowledge and understanding of the game is phenomenal. And again, both players knowing when to play cards, how to play cards, and what card value is. It's one of the best parts about Fab is that skill expression. Yeah. And both of these players are very good at expressing the skills, as you see here. But this is one of those matchups where really, again, no one's winning until someone's got 0 life.
Okay, so Gone in a Flash coming through, eating up those angels off the ward effect.
Draws a Sigil. This is going to help him stabilize, hopefully.
Okay, Gone in a Flash coming back off the Sigil of Brilliance.
I think Evan is going to go for a wide turn this turn, hopefully representing a good amount of damage to take some cards out of German's hand, and also getting rid of some of the angels as well.
Yeah, that board is stacking up very quickly, and that's the thing against those illusionists. If you don't take care of it, it just keeps growing. So Evan bringing back the Gone in a Flash once again.
Gone in a Flash was 4 this time. Going to eat up those spectral shields.
Yep, 7 it should be.
7, yep. Beautiful. Going to eat up those spectral shields. Do apologise, our camera has seemed just to have a bit of a hiccup. We're going to be looking at that right now. We are back, chat. Camera is just being a bit difficult today, but that is okay. Looks like Evan was able to clear that board and just push a bit of damage there, from 28 to 15. Sorry, 17, my bad. I do apologise, we weren't able to see that turn, but it seemed to be just a flicker, Gone in the Flash turn. Again, clearing that board, taking a few cards from German's hand, but not enough to get this. Not enough to stop him from flipping an angel this turn. Again, this game has become very close. It's still very close and still is in anyone's favour. Just being able to, Acilio being able to burst down that life total is so threatening for this Prism player. And hopefully Evan's able to find what he needs to burst through for the win. Reward himself with a Mango Lassie after this. The German is still in a very comfortable position. Spectral Shield, Angel, Genesis. Able to provide so much more value. It's still be able to provide a lot of value here. It's still threatening enough for Evan to be on his heels.
All right. So how are we looking here?
From what we understand, Evans was able to burst down Prism down to 17 from 28 and clear a bit of his Angels and Spectral Shields, but as Prism does in Prism fashion, rebuilds very quickly. Now it is Evans' turn. He draws a card with the Sigil of Brilliance. Evan, he does have a Gone in the Flash in hand. So Evan's going to be able to have another potentially decent turn here. He has a Sigil and a Sigil of Brilliance in hand. And I think it's a Shock Burn. So sending just Gone in the Flash, go again.
Okay, and CLV out on the field. German just checking that to make sure it's sticking around.
CLV again, one of those cards that Aurora was able to use and abuse very well, and same with Acilio. It being an instant and able to bounce back on the Flash and represent one more card is just always phenomenal.
Such a beautiful card, CLV, very nicely designed. I feel like Aurora just got a little bit extra value out of it with the sigils. That was such a painful thing when, if you didn't have AB in that match and they got a free draw for sigil, it was disgusting.
It provided so much value for that deck, and it provides value still for Lightning. I think it's one of the end-all Lightning cards that's going to be around for a long time.
Yes.
Until another hero breaks it, which is potentially Aurora 2.0.
Absolutely.
Well, I like to call it Aurora Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it was a very high voltage deck.
Oh, very good. I see. Very shocking. It was. But no, Evan is in a pretty good position with a CLV sigil representing a voltage. Is that voltage the weapon?
That is voltage, yeah. And we see those numbers ticking up now. That dice on 3. How high can it go?
It's one of those cards that just can keep climbing and climbing and climbing. Flashing out a Sigil of Brilliance on a Shock and Custodiation, I think is the new card for the Acilio, representing 6 Arcane, and draw a card.
Okay, and everything's off the board now, soaking up the damage where it can, but Evan gets that extra card and is able to keep the channel around and get an arsenal out of it. So the game looking a lot more even than when we first started.
Absolutely. CLV, Sigil of Brilliance, an arsenal and a full grip. Acilio is in a very comfortable position now, but as we know, Prism can still win from this position. Prism, again, one of those decks that just can win from a position until she has hit 0. An unstoppable force meets in a movable object kind of format. I've been looking to give 2 cards here.
Yeah, and such a different format to when we saw Prism last, where there were so few ways to deal with what was on the board. Oh, he's got the buff.
Oh,
That 9, getting the hits at the stage in the game is just so much value.
absolutely. And with such low life totals, 3 life is quite a lot.
And it looks like, how much soul does German have here? Is it just the 1 card in soul?
It is the 1 card in soul. German still has it's still got a bit of gas in the tank left, but can provide, can build that up very quickly. Prism got 3 cards to play with still. 2 cards to play with, sorry. We have a lot of people here at Australian Nats today, all hopefully winning their games as much as we want. But today, Nats players are popping off. And Prism sending 4, then another, I think that is 6.
We should be able to bring you a meta-game breakdown very soon, as we go into the last round of Classic Constructed for today. And then we'll be followed by the 6 draft rounds today.
Excellent. And we'll be seeing a lot of high seas, a lot of gravy, a lot of Puffin, a lot of Maryland. Who do you have any favorite heroes from the new set?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked, when it comes to drafting, I think Puffin really stands out as quite strong, and Marlin can go absolutely nuts if you've got 1-2 players on Marlin. The decks can just be disgusting. You can switch in a best turn.
Absolutely. When I first did the Sealed, I did Marlin, and I was thinking that we cannot help today is internet. We have a lot of players. The internet wants to be the number 1 enemy today for us.
It seems like the quad. Yeah, this could be a crucial turn here.
Absolutely. 1 soul, it looks like, 2 cards in hand, and 7 on board. With a Figment on board, just ready to be flipped over.
Okay, Evan was able to deal with 1 threat, block out the other, but he's thin on cards here. It's going to be hard to keep that threat coming and take those cards away from German, and without being able to do that, how's Evan going to get this game back?
He's going to be able to provide at least, I think, 7 damage here. Was able to block it out effectively.
Yeah, and straight back in with the Herald.
For, I think, 7 again. Evan's going to start training for his deck. Draws an instant.
Okay, so Evan able to get through that, but Passing Mirage comes out.
Pass Mirage is +1 to all Phantasm attacks. And it's just going to provide that extra value for the rest of the game. Make those blocks awkward, hit those breakpoints.
Okay, Evan's still pushing some damage here. And German taking this, he's looking to lock the game in with this next hand.
Absolutely.
Can Evan get through 7 more? No, he's going to the draw. Alright, here we go. In with the Herald of Erudition.
He's going to...
Dominate. Getting the 2 cards. And the trigger.
Those 2 cards is one of those. It's probably going to seal the game here. Hopefully, Evan's able to block this out. But Prism again providing those many high-level attacks where Oskar doesn't have that Phantasm, those poppers to help it stop, to help slow Prism down. But as we know, Evan is a master at Auxilia at this point now, so he might be able to find a way out.
Okay, Evan's going for a push here. 5 damage. Okay.
And that is GG.
There it is, yeah, even not quite able to deal with those threats. Tough matchup. I think this kind of felt like it was always going to go this way. Acilio just not well equipped to deal with the throughput that Prism has.
Like I said, it was a very close game. Everyone was able to drop those life totals down very quickly. Just unfortunately wasn't able to keep up with the steam and especially the block value that Acilio sometimes can't provide through with instances. Prism offerings dominate heavy hitting attacks, 7s, 8, 9s, plus Angels value. It is a very rough match. I wish and I wonder how much damage Evan actually represented, especially with all the prevention from the Angels and Spectral Shields. Evan's probably presented enough damage to kill 2 Prisms, but just wasn't able to get there.
Yeah. Prism like a rushing river here, and Evan's trying to dam it up just with a few toothpicks, and he just couldn't do it, and he couldn't present that threat level. It got so close, and really high level of skill there from Evan to get it that close, but in the end, well. German just too strong.
Absolutely. Unstoppable force Prism.
Yeah. Oh, Evan bringing out that beautiful Aria collector's box.
Evan's collection, as you can see, very ready for the day. Extra sleeves, extra mats, extra decks. He's ready to go to side events if need be.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you for joining us, team. We will jump in to